Hello. Today I would like to refute the greatest apostasy and blasphemy that has ever been committed in the history of humanity. And it was uttered by somebody that occupies the top seat in the Vatican, and that today many so-called Novus Ordo Catholics obey and serve. These are many souls that are being misled because they don't think for themselves, obviously not even within the Vatican, because they should have deposed this man immediately. And he's still there. And this is a very serious issue. This man that they call Pope in the Novus Ordo Catholic so-called church said that if you fail in life, you shouldn't feel so bad, because after all, you are a follower of Jesus the Christ, who failed us at the cross. That's what he said. Outrageous. This man is not only speaking apostasy and blasphemy, but also just showing the greatest theological ignorance that can be shown. He should not occupy the position that he does occupy. And the people who allow him to stay there are as guilty as he is. So, even if I am just nobody in the sense of ranks or affiliations to that church, I need to refute this point, because I am a disciple of Jesus the Christ. I was born loving the Christ, and I was baptized Roman Catholic Apostolic, traditional Catholic, from before Vatican II. So I do have the right, the privilege, and the obligation to speak about this issue. I will use the words of Jesus about the crucifixion and his resurrection that I have included in my book called Genesis 2000. And it's a unified field theory for science and unlimited men. I use this quote because it's fabulous, the words of Jesus explaining the crucifixion and what happened there, the mystery of the Golgotha from his own words. And it comes from the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus the Christ, page 176, verses 27 to 30. And it says, "The problem of the ages has been solved. A Son of Man has risen from the dead, has shown that human flesh can be transmuted into flesh divine. Before the eyes of men, this flesh in which I came to you changed with the speed of light from human flesh to flesh divine. And so I am the message that I bring to you. To you I come, the first of all, the human race to be transmuted in the image of the all. What I have done, all men can do, and what I am, all men can be. When I use the word men here and in this quote, we're talking of mankind. So know that the triumph of the Christ at the Golgotha, according to him, allows us to also transform ourselves. He is, as he says, the first of, it's beautiful, but he says, the first of all the human race. So he is heralding our own transformation. So what is happening? That out of the Vatican, who is supposed to be serving him, comes the greatest apostasy, and it's not only once that this man has committed apostasy. Apostasy is big now in the Vatican. What is happening? Why people that should be loyal to the Christ are the ones attacking him? Well, know that since 1962, they enthroned Lucifer in the Vatican. After Vatican II, the day that Paul VI was made a pope, as the satanic sects were expecting and had prophesied, they erected Lucifer as the head of the Vatican in the Church of St. Peter and Paul at the Vatican, where they held the Black Mass. There was another Mass being held in North Carolina, where they have the headquarters of the satanic sects, where they held the blood sacrifices they couldn't hold at the Vatican. So it is not surprising that these things are happening in the place where love should reign supreme and where he should be served with gratitude, eternal gratitude, enormous gratitude. No, this is the place where he is being attacked intellectually, because what they want to do now is to kill the Christ in the consciousness of men. They cannot kill him physically, so they are doing the only thing they can do, try to kill him in the consciousness of human beings. So guard your consciousness. This is, I am telling you, because we are living in the era of the Antichrist. The one they expect, and they're getting ready to worship as Jesus, as the Messiah, which he doesn't have the capacity to be. Only a divine human being can redeem humanity. This happened already with Jesus the Christ, and it won't happen again. The Muslims know it, and they expect Jesus to come back again And there are the traditional Catholic and the Orthodox Catholics, Russian Orthodox and Greek Orthodox, who expect Jesus as the Messiah. There is this other strange alliance of the so-called Protestant Judeo-Zionists that are expecting the Antichrist as the Messiah and are working for him. So, watch out, because you may have this respect to the position that this man occupies, and you don't even hear what he's doing, and you don't hear the blasphemy. You need to be alert in your mind and hear, and you don't have to accept blasphemy and apostasy because someone in a high position does it. Watch out what you're doing, because we are living in a very dangerous time for the soul. And they're working to create a world ruled by this Antichrist, who the Muslims call Dajjal, which means the great deceiver, correct name, as Jesus speaks to the Pharisees in John 8. I think it's verses 42 to 46. I'm not a person who's very versed in verses and all of that and quotes, but I have done great research and I have it in my books. Always. Jesus says to the Pharisees, you want to kill me because you know that I come from God. And your father is Satan, the devil, a criminal and a liar since the beginning of all times. And why do you not understand my words? Because you don't have my word alive within you. Very clear. Jesus is saying to them, you come from Satan, and you do the works of your father. When he lies, he draws out of himself, because he is the greatest liar. So when you hear these words of Jesus, you know that there are many people who have been serving Satan as God. All of these sects that are connected to the Torah, the very older version of the Torah, the vulgar version that they call the Bible, is a fraud. It's the biggest fraud that has ever happened on earth. It has been altered from beginning to end by Esdras. And the Jewish people know this. I've seen a lady, a Jewish lady, speak the truth to these people. And she has been telling them, you don't even know what the Torah is all about. That book that you have is altered. You don't even know the meaning of the words and how they're being spoken. So stop wandering about trying to impose this altered document on us. She's right. So people wake up and know there's something very wrong here. And these are times that are pretty drastic. Here you have people like Bill Gates, for instance, come out and say, in the next 6 months, 30 million people will die. Over the people that are seniors over the age 60 are in danger because there is this new virus that no cure is known for. And we have already had a case in the United States, and there will be so many people dying every month and every day. So what do you think? That he is a prophet? Bill Gates is a prophet? No. He knows what's going on because laboratories that are connected to these satanic sects of the Anunnaki, so-called Illuminati, or globalists, they engineer viruses in there that are not natural. How come he knows that it's going to hit the people over 60 and that so many are going to be dying daily? Because he's a prophet? No. Prophecy is a gift of God. It doesn't come to people who are working for the adversary. But he has knowledge. Knowledge, they have worked on the labs for a virus that kills a lot of people because they want to get rid, and they have said it publicly, of a certain amount of people. So those are the times that we are living in, like it or not. And you must know this. So it's not time to be neglecting your soul. And Jesus says, don't let anybody tell you that the kingdom of heaven is here or there, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. And do you know the meaning of the word heaven? I have spoken about it in another video. Extremely important to know the true power meaning of the words that Jesus spoke as he spoke them. In Aramaic, the language that he spoke, the word heaven meant a place within man, with the human, where that which is elemental in them can be transformed into divine splendor. So what he's saying, when he says the kingdom of heaven is within you, that place where your divinity can be restored is within you. So, if you don't know, search. You want to have more information? Go to my website, Love Action Transformation. There's another website that is called quantummindhealing.com. Call the 800 number. You want information because you want to find that place where you can transform yourself. It is work Transformation is work, as nature let us know. When a caterpillar wants to transform itself in a butterfly, he needs to go inside the cocoon. And it is the strength, the effort that he makes to get out, to break out of the cocoon, that makes the wings strong enough so that he can fly. I know a lady that tried to help a caterpillar to come out of the cocoon because she saw the effort, the struggle, and she cut it. And she was desolate when she learned that because she did that, the caterpillar could never become a butterfly. He could never fly. So, I say to you, trust God and trust your God-given nature. Don't let anybody alter it. They're trying to do it with technology, telling people that if they implant this and these other gadgets in themselves, they're going to be superhuman. What they're doing is stopping them from developing into the Christ-like beings that they can become if they find their true identity. So please, please, don't let anyone mislead you and misguide you. And when you hear some thing that disturb you, even if it is being said by someone that is supposedly an authority, don't accept that. Question it. Do your own research and hear the words of Jesus, who is telling us, to you I come, the first of all human race, to be transmuted in the image of the all. But he is inviting us when he says that. In other words, he's not saying, I did it. He is saying, because I did it, you can also. I redeemed you. I opened the door for you. I am the first of the human race, he's saying. So he's inviting us to transmute ourselves also, to transform, to stop being identified with the caterpillar and become a butterfly. Know that this is possible. You must know it, understand. It all starts there. And if you know it, and you are still connected to your caterpillar identity, search, find out who you are. And remember the words of our Lord. To you I come, the first of the human race. So he's saying to us, come, transform yourselves too. Because what I have done, you can also do. And what I am, you can be. You're my kindred. That's what wants to be stopped with all this technology, with all this poison in the air, poison in the waters, just everything they have poison. They want to stop our evolution. Don't let it be. I leave you with that thought. Know that you can become an unlimited human being with unlimited potentials of being in the image and likeness of the all, like our Lord did. He opened that door for us. no, you can enter into it. Until the next time.